What's up, everyone? This is Roy with Traklife, and I'm here with the one and only Inspecta Jones.
You know that. What's up? What's up, Track
Yeah.
Life?
Inspector Jones, thank you so much for coming to the show, man.
Yo,
Really
thank you for
appreciate it.
having me, man.
Well, I understand you came from New York all the way here in LA.
Yes,
How's your
sir.
trip to LA
It's
been so
been
far?
cool. I was in Hawaii for a wedding, and then I was like, yo, I'll just extend the trip, stay here for 2 weeks. I stay with my homegirl and her husband.
Yeah,
And yeah, every time I'm here, I just try to get productive, hit studio sessions a little cheaper here, link up with Track Life, plug. And it's been good, man.
nice, man. And I understand this year you turned 30, right?
Yes, sir, bro. You kind of
That's
blow my spot right now. It's crazy. Nah, to all the other younger people that's listening to me, I'm 23, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. But
well, I could say the same. I turned 30 this year myself,
you already
so
know what's up.
94 babies over here. Did you do anything fun to celebrate your birthday this year?
Nah, I was working on,
No.
yeah, that was crazy actually. I had a show, and then I used that show because people were gonna come out for my birthday, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To do a music video shoot. And then I did a listening party for my last tape. So all those three things kind of squeezed into one day because I'm like, yeah, it's my 30th. People are gonna come out.
Yeah.
I just optimized it. But I was working on my 30th,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, hustling, working,
Yeah.
that's the name of the
You
game.
already know, man.
Well, first I wanted to ask the name Inspector Jones. Where did the inspiration of that name come from?
Inspector Jones, when I was like 18, I was telling you earlier before the cameras were rolling, I used to write graffiti when I was like in middle school, a little bit
Hmm.
of high school, and my tag was Spec tatted on me. And I just wanted a rap name that had my tag in it. So, Inspector, I got that from Inspector Deck. But I didn't want to spell it the same way. So
Yeah,
Inspector without the H. And then Jones is just like anonymity, help me out here.
a nomin. I
Hey,
can't
that's what I'm
even
talking about. I'm not the only
anonym.
one. But you get the vibes. Everyone's
Yes,
trying to keep up with the Joneses, and
anonymity.
that's me. Everyone's trying to keep up. Inspector Jones, you know what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I wanted to congratulate you on your standing ovation EP.
Thank you, bro.
What can you tell me? The cover itself, it's super dope. The New York Yankee hat.
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted to know the signatures that are surrounding the hat. What are those? Who are those signatures? Like, where do those come
Yo,
from?
that's a dope question. So my boy Arky, he's a Taiwanese photographer. He's been shooting a lot of cool rappers and all that stuff. I was just linking with him, and he's like, I asked him to do my cover art, and he's like, "Yo, your signature is the black Yankee cap, but I want you to add some flavor. So just why don't you tag it up?" And I'm like, you want me to write anything? And he's like, nah, just tag it up, show some flavor. And I was like, all right, bro, this is what I do. I just write and scribble and shit. So I did my thing, just kind of did that. And while we were doing that, we doubled that as a music video too. So I have a music video, Extra Leg Room. In that music video, you'll see me tag up the joint, and then we use that as the cover art.
That's amazing. So speaking of extra leg room, just out of curiosity, are you more of an aisle seat person or a window seat type person?
Aisle all day because I be using the bathroom and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And people, and I'm the
Literally, yeah.
gatekeeper too. So people on the window, they're like, "Hey, excuse me," like, "Nah, I'm sleeping, bro. I don't know what you're
Right.
talking about, bro." Go back to sleep. But
Exactly, me too. Yeah. With the EP, what was the recording process like for you for this EP?
oh, it was written and recorded across three cities. So it was Boston. Shouts out to Red Hand who produced the whole tape. He's from Boston. Basically, I went to his crib and then just wrote a bunch of stuff while he was cooking. And then after that, like we would get a bunch of ideas. I'll come back to New York. I'll kind of record a little bit, write a little bit, but then I was telling you when the cameras weren't rolling again, but I come to LA often. So
Yeah.
like last year and 2 years ago, both of those times I came back, I was writing and like recording and like all that stuff. So LA, Boston, New York, it was just a bunch of like writing sessions and recording sessions just by myself or with Red Hand. And it was just like, a reflection of my life. It's not that hard to write when you're talking about like what you're going through. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
definitely. And that collaboration with Red Hand, I noticed, throughout your catalog, you have collaborated with him and also John's
Yeah, that's
as
my
one.
boy.
How did those two collaborations come about
So
between?
Johns is someone that I met online. That's crazy. He's one of my like closest friends now, and he's like the day one homie. 'Cause I think he wasn't really taking music seriously. He was just like on the gram, just like rapping. And I
Yeah.
just saw that. I'm like, bro, if I'm gonna start taking rapping seriously, I need to create like a little universe here. Like if I start rapping, my friends are gonna be like, "Oh, that's Alex rapping." But if I actually pull in someone from the side that's also rapping, they'd be like, oh, it's Inspecta Jones and Johns, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I saw him and I thought he was good at rapping and making music. So I was like, yo, let's link up. So during the pandemic where no one's meeting anybody, I was just like, it was mad weird because like you're meeting a dude at his crib and you've never met before. And it's not like we're outside because you can't even be outside. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
went over, I'm like, all right, before I come over, we need like an objective because it's not, I'm not the type to just come over and chill. You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, let's try to like, make some like records or like make a little rap video or something.
Yeah.
And then through that first interaction, I think he learns about like how I look at the game, and then I learned a lot about how he looked at the game. And right off the rip, we just started making music together. It was like easy chemistry from there.
Amazing,
Yeah,
man. That's
but
awesome.
he's modeling now. Check him out, Minu, Minwoojo, Minu Joe. That's him. But he's gonna come back to rap. That's all.
Nice, man. Definitely check him out. And was there, when recording it, was there, what was the most challenging song that you had to record with the CP, would you say?
There's a song called "This Girl" on it, and that was just hard because I had to hold like a note, and I just be rapping, and all my producers and all my homies are like, "Yo, add some melodies," and I'm like, "Yeah, I can't." So you know what I mean. So that was really hard, and I remember I had the audio engineer Mark Matter. He was, bro, I was making him run in circles. I was like, "Yo, just get this mic." He's like, "Yo, why don't we like try to get some other people and try to sing this hook with you?" And we tried it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, this is trash, dude. So I just hit up John just for extra legroom. We tried to get the hook for this one, and then it was not working. So I was like, I'm gonna just hit up John's because he'd be hitting the melodies crazy, and then that's kind of how it worked. But I spent a solid like session, like a full day of trying to get the hook, and I'm like singing and shit. And I'm like, no, I don't think people need to hear this. You know, you know what I mean? But it was crazy. Engineer was also singing with me on the mic. Like he was like, yo, let's make it sound like a
Really?
chorus. And I was like, bro, I'm sorry I had to make you do
Yeah.
that, bro. But yeah, I mean, John saved the day for sure.
Yeah, man. And so with your catalog, with Bachelor Boy and its sequel, and even with Standing Ovation, I noticed that in Standing Ovation you worked solely just with Red Hand, the
Yes,
producer,
sir. That's
but
my
then your
guy.
prior mixtapes you've worked with different producers. My question is, what is um like the pros to just working solely with one producer on one record compared to having multiple producers on other records
Yeah,
like that?
that's a good question. Like, standing ovation was easier for me because I know someone's already looking out for the soundscape. Whereas I'm just a rapper. Like,
Yeah.
that sounds crazy to say in an interview, but like, I just like to write. You can give me whatever beat and I'll write to it. But like, knowing that someone has like the sole focus to just think about the soundscape, it just takes a fucking, weight off my shoulders. I'm like, yeah, just
Yeah.
give me these beats. And if I like it, I'm gonna do it. And then that's kind of how it came about. Whereas Bachelor Boys, I started that just to get music out. Like when I started to rap, I was like, I need a collection of songs to start performing and like get my name out there. So I was just like, I know a couple of artists, I know a couple of producers. I'll get features from you, or I'll get a beat from you, and then like I'll just buy some off of BeatStars, and like I'll just get a little like thing going. You know what I mean? Because I grew up in like the mixtape era where people are just doing whatever beats, and I'm like, all right, I just need to create a little buzz. And then I think I did that pretty well in New York, like locally. But yeah, I mean, it's such a different experience from like having just a collection of random music and then having someone hone in and be like, "Yo, I like the way you rap. Here are these type of beats that I think you would be good on." And I'm like,
Mm.
"Yeah, yeah, you're doing mad work for me, bro. I like this." Shouts out to Redhead. Shouts out to Redhead.
For sure. And coming from New York, would you say is a distinguishing factor for New York rap compared to other rappers that are not from New York? Like what's like that
This is
distinct
gonna be
feel?
cliche,
Yeah.
but bars, and it's not even the way I rap. I rap kind of like a little old school. I try to like modernize it with the beats that I use, but
Yeah.
like even like the melodic, like auto-tune as rappers, they have bars too, because they're just from New York, and that's kind of where the culture is. Like I know Lil Tecca, he grew up like literally the neighborhood away from me, and he be on that auto-tune shit for real. But if
Yeah.
you actually listen to his music, it's like, yeah, you actually put in bars together every once in a while. Like you're not like a joke, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think bars is definitely like key for sure.
Okay. And with that, who are some of your inspirations in rap?
Um, as of what I've made so far, I'm looking for more inspirations right now. But as of
Okay.
what I've made so far, a lot of Freddie Gibbs type flows, production wise, like Alchemist, little Larry June. But like those are like
Yeah.
more like trying to lock in on the vibes there. I think I'm still bar heavy. So I think aside from like me trying to like hit a crazy flow, like bars wise, like Millie's, who's a Boston rapper, he's like this white dude tatted up, probably one of my favorite rappers right now. Dave East, Lloyd Banks, Chinks Drugs from the Coke Boys, like old school rap,
Yeah,
mostly street rap, but people that be spitting bars and shit, you know what I
for
mean?
sure. Okay. And is there any artist that you would love to collaborate with in the future? Like, who's your dream collab?
It's not a dream collab, but I love shouting this out because this guy became my homie, acquaintance. I don't know what you call it, but Juno Flow, man. I know you're making some like house music and shit, but we gotta do a record together. I'm just saying. And my homegirl Tet, spelled Htet. She's a dope singer. She got like placements with like Michael Kors and like ESPN. I don't know, it's random, but like these are the homies. But
Yeah.
like, I don't even need to care about the bucket of like outside of this world. I like to be fucking with people that make cool music, and if I know them, it's an easy chemistry. Let's go make some music together. You know what I mean? Yeah.
100%, man. Yeah, I love that, man. And with rapping comes performing. So this year you performed at the Red Bull Culture Clash this year,
Oh hell
which
yeah.
was amazing. Saw that performance.
That's 4,000 people. What's up?
That's
Shouts out
crazy,
to
man.
Bohan Phoenix. Word.
Yeah, huge accomplishment, man. So what was that experience like performing in front of that many people?
First and foremost, this guy Roy, he did his research. I don't even got a press kit. This motherfucker did his research. He asking some cool
Okay.
ass questions right now. I'm just letting y'all know he's not a content creator. He's a journalist. All right. There's a
Thank
lot
you.
of difference between all these other people online. Traklife is doing some cool shit over here. That's all I'm trying to say. And to answer your
Thank you,
question,
man.
how you no, you doing your thing.
Thank you.
But to answer your question, it was cool as hell. It's 4,000 people, and you know it's 4 stages, uh, 4 different rounds. It's like pretty
Hmm.
much a competition.
Yeah.
And pretty much like just to put it in a nutshell, whoever doesn't know what the Red Bull Culture Clash is for New York this year, they did it where each team is representing a New York City parade. So I was part of the Lunar New Year parade, obviously, a little Asian over me, you know what I'm talking about. But then there's also the Pride Parade. So all the gay homies like did their thing too, Puerto Rican Day Parade, and then the West Indies Parade. So the West Indies Parade, like Jamaican vibes, but like they created Sound Clash. So obviously they're gonna run that shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They brought out
Yes.
Wyclef Jean. That was crazy. The Puerto Ricans brought out Jim Jones. I didn't even know he was Puerto Rican. I was tight. I was like, wow, that was like such a like deep tuck. I was like,
Like
that's crazy.
like We Fly High, Jim
Yes,
Jones.
sir. And I was backstage and I was hearing We Fly High. I was like, oh, the DJ's ill. And then I come out, I'm like, oh, motherfuckers on stage. What the hell? They had
That's
J.I. the
crazy.
Prince. I would love to show love to the Pride homies, but I actually didn't know like the people that they brought on. But they were cool. They definitely got the crowd popping though.
Amazing, man. And so is there a certain mindset that you go into performing, in front of 4,000 people? Because I've seen, you performed at, Slate in NYC, right? There's the bars, the clubs. Is there a different mindset going into performing
This guy doing
at,
his research.
thank
Yeah,
you,
I
man.
like that.
Is there a different approach that you go to performing at a club compared to, culture clash type of
So for the
environment?
culture clash, like that's a great question. But the culture clash, I was actually brought on as a hype man. Most of the artists that were there was a little more established than me, but my homie Bohan looked out because he was the team lead. So on some Asian shit, I don't know if you guys got an Asian audience, but there's definitely a little Asian circuit going on. There's what Slay Riz, Ted Park, Bohan Phoenix. Damn, I'm forgetting. This dude named Sunkiss, who's actually from LA. He does like some K-pop stuff, but their numbers are way crazier than mine. And Bohan was just looking out for me because we be like talking, and he's like, "Yo, be the hype man." I was able to hype man for Pilo. He was a guest for us. We had pink sweats, like so. It was good exposure, great IG stuff. But I'm not gonna front like I'm like, yeah, nah, I rock that crowd. You know what I mean? I was like I was privileged to be part of that for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And can you take us back to your very first performance? What was that? How was that experience?
My first performance was at Silver Factory, which is a small like Korean bar in Williamsburg, and they just closed down after like 7 years of operating, like probably last week or something.
Yeah.
But I remember I had to like go up to the owner who I didn't know. I became really good friends with him now, but like I had to go up to the owner and be like, "Hey, I'm a rapper. Can I do a show here? Maybe we could do like a revenue split." And then he gave me the hurdles. I hit it. You know, we maxed out the whole venue. I think it was like 100. Um, I had to rent the stage, rent some lighting. Like I just DIY'd the whole shit out of it. And I think a lot of people that go to that spot, Silver Factory, they were pleasantly surprised the way I transformed it. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
my first gig was like I was in charge and I had to like turn something from nothing, and it was successful, and it was like honestly a great experience.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Um, and so you do also, I saw that you have an upcoming performance with the K EDM party,
Yes,
the
sir.
SOB. What can fans expect from that performance coming up?
Yo, that so yo, man, this is hey journalism. I'm telling you. So DJ Peach is a cool DJ. She's ATL, New York, Seattle, LA. She was just here too. But she be doing the whole circuit, and I don't think she only does like KEDM, K-pop vibes. K-pop is a big thing now.
Yeah,
But she's a name where like clubs are like, nah, let me fuck with you. So SOBs, I don't know if you guys know, but SOBs in New York is a big deal. Like SOBs is like anyone who is a big time artist has started here. So like there's Drake performances, there's Weekend performances, Usher performances, J. Cole performances. Like this is a huge venue.
yeah,
Really well known. And the fact that I could be on the bill is blessed. But for this, like I know I'm gonna lose money because I'm investing in the fact that like, yo, it's SOBs. I'll show out. So I got my homie Sax Shaolin gonna play the sax. DJ Sour Milk on the ones and twos. He's an ill hype man, and it's gonna be a vibe. Like I have a small set. I wouldn't say small. It's a decent sized set for you to get to know me. So you guys should pop out if you guys are seeing this before that happens. But it's gonna be crazy for sure.
yeah. I definitely, I'm sure it will because, yeah, it's gonna be the vibe, man.
Am I overselling this shit?
No,
You just give me some alley loops. I'm just trying to dunk it. You know what I'm talking
no,
about? We're good here.
no, no. We're all good, man.
All right, bro.
No,
Do your
you're great.
journalism thing.
Yeah. And so I wanted to get back to you being from New York. So coming from Queens, New York, what would you say is the most unique thing about Queens compared to the other boroughs in New York City?
Okay, Queens gets the money. That's first and foremost. Second, we probably are the most diverse, like per capita, like region,
Yeah,
probably in the country. So you get exposed to a bunch of like different cultures and shit. So like
yeah,
people will be like, "Yo, would you ever like live in Korea or like live in LA?" And I'm like, LA is also diverse, don't get me wrong, but I'm like,
yeah,
I could probably do it like short term because long term, like I need some random as like Jamaican food here or like some Korean food here or like some Spanish food here. Like it's got to be good too. You know what I mean? Like there's not a lot of pockets in the world where you could just easily kind of go through like, back and forth some good cuisine. So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's definitely special, Queens.
Okay, okay. Shout out to Queens.
Yes, sir.
And back to your music. Your songs stick with the plan. Sticking to that plan and continuing to be motivated throughout your throughout your career. Because I know that you work during the day, but then you know do studio stuff at night.
Sadly, yeah.
Right. Well, that's the hustle. So
True.
with that, what would you say is like a piece of advice that you stuck with or words of wisdom that you stuck with that you can tell maybe, upcoming artists that do want to pursue that and do get stuck? Is there any words of wisdom that you
Yeah,
have
nah.
learned throughout?
A lot of my hustle is like it's twofold. One is it's just me. I like getting obsessed over something and doing that shit. But
Yeah.
there was this one dude, his name is David Young and Kim. He's a Grammy winning engineer. He's a Korean dude, LA based. He's done all the Nas projects, all the Hit Boys project.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him and like gladly, like I'm able to like DM him now and like we're like talking shit. But
That's
like
it.
I saw an interview with him that inspired me where he was like, before he was like Hit Boys engineer, he would have his job and he was like, I would do that 9 to 5, but like from pretty much like 5 to 2 a.m., he would have to go to Chalice and go to the studio and be interning until he got like a little spot,
Yeah.
until he got an opportunity to like kind of show some mixing and Hit Boy took a liking to him. And then there's all this shit. Whereas like, yo, as long as you work, there's always gonna be an opportunity. You just gotta figure it out. And like once I heard that, and this is like when I just started like taking rap seriously, I was like, yeah, I know how to work. Like, yeah, all I need to do is work aimlessly. I mean, not aimlessly, but just work hard.
Yeah.
And I think every time I'm in the spot where, an opportunity is, I definitely have been grabbing it. And that's kind of how I found Track Life. Like, I just saw randomly you guys were like, what is it? Doing feedback on records. And I'm like, I'll just email y'all motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And then you guys, I think it was over Zoom. You guys were like, oh wow, like dissecting all
Yeah.
my bars. And I'm like, this is cool as hell, bro. You guys, yo, what the hell? I was just writing in my crib and you guys are like talking about my raps. So, that's how I found out about you guys. And,
Yeah.
just working and like keep pushing is like kind of, stick to the plan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And so being 30 now and with again all the catalog with all the mixtape that you had throughout your career, if you were to put a title of the chapter in your life right now, what would the title of that chapter be in your life?
Fulfillment. Fulfillment for sure. I think being a rapper is, as an adult, when you tell people you're a rapper, yo, you're not getting the vibe that you thought you would get when you're like 13. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good sell, you know what I mean? So, it's a lot of things of like doing it for myself, doing it for my younger person. But yeah, I feel like I've been hitting all the goals that I've been setting, and like I guess now I just got to keep pushing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Stick to the
on
plan.
and on that, what is next for Inspector Jones? I saw that mashup you did with the Dylan Francis song. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was shouts out to Minnie
That's
Joy. She's
yeah,
also a
Mini Joy,
DJ
yeah.
from New York. Um, and she moved to LA recently, but
Nice.
we wanted to work because she be doing like clubs, and like she's going to like Puerto Rico to do a gig. Like she's all over the place. She's like crazy.
Yeah.
And her beats are fire. She's a crazy producer.
Yeah.
But she was like, yo, I'm gonna do Mission, which is like a well-known like Asian club in New York.
Yeah.
And she's like, yo, just get on the stage. And I'm like, I don't got no records with you. And she's like, yo, I could just like mash up some joints. And then I
Yeah.
gave her a cappella for one of my joints. And then she just did it on like the Khalees and Dylan Francis joint. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this this works. I'll rap the shit out of this.
Y'all should do more of those because that was really good, man.
All right. Okay. Yeah,
Really
that's
good.
good
I really
feedback,
enjoyed
bro.
that. Yeah. Um, and yeah, where can people, stream your music at currently?
Everywhere, bro. YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud. Yo, if you broke and you can't afford no subscription, you could find me on SoundCloud. Not to call you broke, but if you don't got Spotify, like, come on. Come on. That shit's like what, $10 a month and shit? I
Yep.
don't know.
Family plan,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just
$20
or
split
you
it.
just hit up your ex and be like, yo, let me back on. You know what I'm talking about? Like that type of shit. You know what I mean? So just, find me, bro. YouTube too. I got a bunch of videos out. I'm just letting you know. Next time, I think I need a cameo with you for getting in my shit. Yo, I don't know if y'all know, but he's a quarter Japanese. I thought he was
Yeah.
Dominican. I was about to say, que lo que? He was like, nah, nah, nah,
No,
arigato. And I
no.
was like, nah.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. I said thank you for some reason, but hey, there you go. Mr. Japan over here.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us today, Inspector Jones. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
me,
for
bro.
flying out here from LA. I
All
mean, from New
day.
York, coming out
For the
here.
record, just
I
for the
appreciate it.
record, I flew out for Traklife, all right?
Yeah.
Let's just have it on record. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, safe travels to you, man, and best of luck
Appreciate
in
you.
everything. And cannot wait to see your success in the future, man.
My guy.
Yeah.
Pleasure, bro.
Always, man.
Yes, sir.
This is Roy Lott with Traklife, everyone.
This is Inspecta Jones with Traklife too. What's up? Shouts out to Freddie Bam Bam. I saw your interview, bro. I saw that. I needed to one up it. I don't know. Yo, all right. I know we about to end this, but I just
But-
want to say we did a gig last year,
Oh,
and Irvin was really nice enough for me to he put me on the bill, and he put me last because he's like, yo, I'll just fit you in, Alex Jones. But when I did it, I was like, all right, cool, I'm on the bill. I see Freddie Bam Bam. He was supposed to close out the show, and I was like, yo, why you put me after him, bro? That's fucked up, yo. Why you put me after him, yo? He's mad good, son. But anyway, shouts out to you, bro. I don't mean to extend this outro, but hey, man, it's a good time. There you go, man. Peace.